screwed myself over when I had kids because my older son's birthday is December 5th, and then Christmas, and then, before you have a chance to recover during the short month in February, dead smack in the middle, is my younger son. So this is a rough time of year. So, like I said, I thought we would do some Christmas present wrapping tonight, and I didn't open the packages because I wanted to see how that turned out on video. We'll see if I got this part out. So, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe, or even just leave a comment. This is my adult interaction with the world. Please humor me. We're already off to a great start. I don't like to be called a hot mess. I like to be called a spicy disaster. Because I don't have Scotch tape or labels. So we have packaging tape, and I'm going to use a pen to write something on the packages. Last year I was like, yeah, I don't have labels yet, but I'm going to get them, and I'll just put the first letter of each of their names somewhere on the present. That did not go well. First of all of the men in my family have the same first letter for their names. So I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, but I did. So, I'm doing that thing where I'm not looking at the camera again. I'm gonna get opening some stuff, and I guess I'll tell you whether it's for Christmas or for birthday. I'm cognizant of the fact that kids with December birthdays often complain because they get Christmas wrapping paper and Christmas themed cake sometimes, I guess. But I'm not going out this year to get special birthday wrapping paper just because of everything going on, and I don't want goodies. Plus today is Black Friday, so there was zero chance that you were finding me at a store. And Thanksgiving was rough, but we'll talk more about that as we're wrapping. So I ordered this on Mercari. If you have kids that are into cartoons that aren't popular right now, or that you can't find stuff in the stores for, like Mercari, Poshmark, Vinted, eBay, those are all great places to go to find stuff that your kid will think is extra special. My little one is super into Yo Gabba Gabba. So, and he's also really into hats. So I ordered him this Broby hat. And so yeah, he's gonna be absolutely thrilled. And it's just nice to be able to get your hands on stuff your kids want. He does have a couple of fuzzies on his eyeballs. So I'm just gonna trim those off real quick. It is a really good quality hat. I was worried about that because, sometimes kids' stuff is really thin and cheap, but it's like a thick canvas material. And instead of just like an iron-on or something, like if you ordered it off Wish or whatever, it is all embroidered. So that's really nice. I think I'm going to put it back in the tissue paper. Even though it's ripped and stuff. It's for my 2-year-old for Christmas. So he's really not going to care. So yeah, that's my holiday shopping tip for you. If you have kids who are into stuff that's not popular. Because if you go on Amazon, like the same thing you can find on Mercari or Poshmark is going to be like 60 to 150 bucks. And if you're really lucky, you can find it on Vinted for like 3 bucks. Poshmark is probably my least favorite, and that's contrary to what most people say. But they take such a big cut of your profit. Actually, recently I've really been enjoying Facebook Marketplace because they don't take a cut, which is pretty cool, even if you ship it somewhere. This is my Dollar Tree wrapping paper. I really like Dollar Tree wrapping paper because of the grid. Because I otherwise could not cut a rectangular piece to save my life. I'm probably making you guys cringe with my whisker scissors. I bought these because the spring helps open them back up, so it's easier with my hand issues from my MS. But I hate that they're so pointy because these are the ones that my toddler stabbed himself in the leg with. Thanksgiving was not awesome. Not what I was hoping for. For a minute we thought we were going to do it at my mom's because she invited us. But then she took back her invitation because she didn't want my husband there. She generally just doesn't like men, I guess. And so we ended up, everybody was leaving from his house. And so we were just gonna do it there. Well, except for one of his roommates. And so we were just gonna adopt him as part of our family for Thanksgiving. Well, there ended up being another one of his roommates there. And he has had some issues and is also a recovering addict. And so he wasn't hanging out with anyone. He just kept going in his room, and like my husband was like, "You're isolating, like come out, hang out with us," trying to get him to be out there. And so like he reluctantly, as the night went on, every time he went out to smoke, and my husband would say that, like finally towards dinner time, he came out and hung out in the kitchen, and that's when I noticed he was stumbling and just having issues. Anyways, he ended up going to jail. So it didn't turn out to be an awesome Thanksgiving. Because it's hard when you really like someone and they're making bad choices and you can't stop them. You know, it's hard when, it's even harder when it's someone you love. And so if you have anybody in your life who is an addict, I would highly recommend going to either an Al-Anon or a Nar-Anon meeting, because it just really is helpful. I mean, I remember being angry at first because, like, he's the one with the issue, not me. Why should I work a 12-step program and start and try to better myself? Like, after the domestic violence and everything, it took a while for me to find myself, you know, kind of remember who I was, because my ex took so much of my own identity away during the domestic violence. So yeah, I was not super excited that I had to change myself again for someone. Like, I finally got to a place where I kind of like myself. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still full of self-loathing. But, you know, I at least can acknowledge that there are some things that I like about myself. You know, I am always trying to help other people. I try to be kind to other people. I try to be a really good listener, and to listen and understand, not listen just to speak. So the idea that I had to change myself was irritating. But obviously I'm an avid YouTube watcher too, and one of the people that I really love is Juggling the Jenkins, and you know, she is very open. Congratulations to her. She just celebrated 8 years of clean time. But I was listening to her speak on addiction, because if you feel like either there's something you're not doing right, or there's something you could be doing, something you could say, something, anything. You know, there's gotta be, especially when you're an overthinker like me, there's gotta be like this magic thing I could say or code you can put in or something. There's gotta be a life hack, right? My son just got a Nintendo Switch for a month of no violent outbursts. I'll talk about some of his issues more in a different episode, but yeah, he has a lot of issues going on, and one of them is PTSD from the domestic violence, and he ends up having these like blackout periods where he doesn't recognize me, or if he does, he's convinced I'm his enemy and he will attack me. So after we had a couple of really big incidents, he threw a bag of Chuck E. Cheese coins at my face, and it was all bruised, and I had like lumps in my skull, and it was awful. And then he threatened to stab me with a screwdriver. But his Aunt Christy told him that if he went a month without hurting me or his brother, or like destroying property during one of his rage fits, anyways, he the workbook or whatever. And I'll have to pull it out sometime and share with you guys, because I remember, like, on the first step I wrote that I was angry about having to do any steps. Basically, like, why do I have to do something and change myself when I finally found things about myself that I even like? Like, I am good on me for a minute, you know, basically. And so I kept telling myself, I'm not going back next week. I'm not going back next week. But, you know, I love my husband and I was trying to show him support. So I kept going back. And, like, the more I went, the more comforting I found it, because you just hear a lot of stories at Naranon that you can relate to. Sorry, that's my OCD. If I have a choice, I'll always make the wrapping paper roll even. I didn't think this through as well as I thought I did. Okay, we're good. So, and I mean, don't get me wrong, you'll hear some stuff too that you're just like, wow, that's crazy. But, it is just nice sitting with other people who also love addicts and kind of, you know, it's not about going there and saying like, oh, my addict does this, and this, you know, and like belittling them, but, you know, it very much is about just kind of talking to other people in the same situation and, you know, having them, or people who have been where you are and are now past it and can tell you like, yeah, I know you're thinking about going and getting their car out of impound or whatever, but don't do it. It's a bad idea. It doesn't work out well. I did it 3 times or something like that, you know. So it really is just nice to be able to, especially because a lot of times when you love an addict, there's like a shame or damage control aspect of it, where like, so I also have, okay, so there's 4 of us in my like immediate family that I was like born into. My mom and dad, and then me and my sibling, my sister. And all I'll say is 50% of us are addicts and 50% of us aren't. Plus, on that note, I'm the aren't. So I just really felt the need to kind of try to understand addiction, not only for my relationship with my husband, but also because, you know, I know it's controversial and whatever, but I truly believe there is some kind of hereditary component one day, either of our kids turned out to be an addict. Oh, I kind of skimmed over this. This is also for my son's birthday. It's something called Bakugan. I don't really get it. I'm kind of angry I even had to buy it. As much as I love YouTube, kids, when they go on YouTube, it's like a never-ending commercial. And so they follow this like Mormon toy channel. And they're really into Bakugan, Treasure X, Gujitsu, and some other crap. And so he's been begging for it. So I made it happen. I also have the new Lego Mario coming. I'm also really bitter I had to buy that because, first of all, Lego, shame on you for making a Lego minifigure that freaking talks and whatever that all the kids want, and the only way to get it is in some $60 Lego set. You guys suck. Like, my kids still love your product, but as a parent, I'm very angry about this. Hurts because of my MS. Well, first of all, I don't think that my leg was at like a natural angle there. So that was a bit my fault, but this is the Treasure X thingy for his birthday. Supposed to be like a block of gold or something. Discover your quest, remove the tool, dig and reveal. Wrapped mini beast, unwrap your mini beast. Find the treasure bag. Did you get the trap or gold dipped treasure? Display your mini beast. Magic rock sticks to itself. I guess we'll find out what that means. And then it also says, will you find real gold dipped treasure? I doubt it. So yeah, if you have someone in your family who is an addict, I highly recommend going to a Nar-Anon or Al-Anon meeting, because when they started going through the stuff, they were like, you shouldn't do anything for the addict that they can do for themselves. And, I think that's enough tape. Just different little things like that, but that one really bothered me because, like, the way I show my love, my language or whatever, is, like, acts of service. So, like, I want to make your lunch for you and put a cute little note in it, or, cook your favorite meal, or get you a gift, something like that. And so, like, it basically made me feel crippled. Like, if I have to stop doing all this stuff, then I don't know how to date. We should probably break up because I have nothing to offer. But then, like, I realized that, like, it's not a hard and fast rule, Like, there is still a lot of judgment calls to be made, and nobody's gonna do it perfectly. So, I can still have that be the way I express love, and, not have it be an enabling behavior, It's not just this universal thing. Like, you can never do anything for the addict that they can do for themselves. But that's, I spend so much time going down YouTube rabbit holes, but, I watched one on symptoms of autism in girls, and now I'm, like, self-diagnosed. No, I definitely think that, I thought my older son got the being on the spectrum from his father, but I think it could be from me too, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm a grown adult. Still really not okay with most vegetables. Still really don't like to eat anything crunchy. I'm a really picky eater. Like, those Facebook things that circulate, like, oh, put an X next to the ones you won't eat. Yeah, I usually beat everyone. These are some Osborne books I ordered for my kids for Christmas. I avoided going to these parties for forever on Facebook. Because I figured, A, they would be super overpriced like most MLMs. And I don't know, I really didn't want to keep going to all these Facebook parties. So, I finally accepted someone's invitation because, quarantine, I was going to get to talk to adults. So, I went to the book party, and I, of course, fell in love with their books and found them to be really reasonably priced. They have a lot of excellent books for kids with, like, emotional issues that I would highly recommend, especially having seen them and stuff. So, yeah, I really related to a lot of the stuff I saw in all of the YouTube videos about the symptoms of autism in girls. But I already lost where I was going with that. I don't think it's going to hit me, but we'll see. issues. And he's been denied twice so far, but everybody who I know who has kids on the spectrum is shocked that he's denied because they feel like he's worse than their kids who get it. So when that comes through, I will be using it to buy him his coding class, and I just thought that it would be cool. Plus there's like, so these Usborne books are pretty awesome in that there's a lot of resources in them. So part of this book is it works in conjunction with, or it might be the other book, one of the books works in conjunction with a website, and it says like a complete and utter beginner's guide to coding and using the Scratch computer language, step-by-step instructions for getting themes, animations, and more, complete Scratch menu guides and glossary, extra help, and downloads online. Oh, I think this is the one I ordered because it specifically said, like, parents, if you're struggling, there's like a whole online help session. Like, I'm not computer illiterate. I feel like I can handle it. I taught myself binary in a day so I could teach my dad, because he was working in robotics engineering inside of an auto plant here in Detroit and needed it. So I taught myself, like I said, in a day, so, or a weekend or something like that. I know it was like 24 or 48 hours. But so I learned it and taught him. So it's not like I'm stupid. I just have horrible memory because of my MS. And, you know, it's easier when you're the one, it's easier for me when you're doing it linearly. To just jump in the middle can be difficult for me to, like, get my brain to where it needs to be. I also got him this Unworry book. This is part of the series I was talking about for kids with emotional, like, health issues, or emotional mental health issues. I don't know how you would say it. But, like, I already got 2 of the books in this series. And, like, one of them I still have saved for Christmas. And I'll probably be wrapping that in a different video because I don't know what this video is going to edit down to, but I'm already at 40 minutes. So I got him another one in this series, and they are just spectacular. They talk about, like, why we worry and, like, what parts of it can be good and what parts of it can be bad. And then it gives you activities or, like, coping mechanisms, sometimes they are referred to, or even just distractions. So, like, this one says peaceful pencils, and it's all about mindfulness. And so this one will tell you, listen to the sound the pen or pencil makes as it brushes across the paper. Notice the glistening wet ink of your pen or the grain of the paper as your pencil draws across it. Smell the pages of this book. Just stuff to do to, like, ground yourself. Being a worry box to shove all of your worries into. Rather than shouting, crying, or getting angry when you're worried, try scribbling. It just has so many great things. and websites and stuff for kids. The other ones have even more, so the next time when I show you the other one of these that I got that I still have to wrap, I'll show you like all of the mental health resources for kids it has in there, and most of them are free, so I just think that's cool, and that like every kid should have access to this book series, because I just think it would be so amazing for pretty much any kid's mental health, especially because like kids are under a lot of stress today. This is really cool. This is for my little one. It's a Shine a Light book. So it goes, and it's a dinosaur one because he loves dinosaurs. But you go through and it's got like story pages. And then I think I have to have like a direct light source right underneath it. And I'm recording on my phone, and the ring light is behind it. So I don't think I can show you the cool effect, but you shine a flashlight through the page and there's an image. So kids love those. 100 things to know about numbers, computers, and coding. So I got him another coding book. I have this one for my little one. Lift the Flap Construction and Demolition. These are freaking awesome. So they have all of these flaps inside, and like some of them have flaps within a flap, which I don't know, that just excites me. So like you lift this flap and it says the project manager oversees the project and coordinates contracts for materials and equipment. He makes sure the project is on budget and will finish on time. And so, yeah, I just think that they are super cool, and you know, kids love anything where, you know, they get to interact with it. So I figured Daddy works construction, and so my little guy, oh wow, that's a big flap. It's like a whole nother page. I figured he might think this was really cool. And then I got my little one. He's really into pirates and robots. And it's a book called 2 Pirates Plus 1 Robot. So I think I'm gonna give him this coding book, and I'll save the other one for Christmas. And then I'll give him the Unworry book. So I'll probably wrap these two and then wrap this up so that I'm not talking your ear off forever again. Really appreciate everybody who has asked me to make more videos. I have plenty of paper tearing goodness coming your way. And so just thank you for watching my videos. some benefit from these videos. Or that I'm learning enough from these videos to make them helpful for you. Apparently I'm a spicy disaster riding the struggle bus tonight. Okay. Or that I'm learning enough that if you stick with me, they will be helpful to you in the future. Like I said, I'm not a person that gets the tingles, so it's hard for me to relate on that front. I've watched all of the videos like, if you don't get the tingles, watch this, guaranteed tingles, blah blah blah. I still don't get the tingles. Which, hey, maybe I'm broken, maybe that's part of my MS, who knows. But it does help my anxiety. I really like ones where people are whispering, not soft talking. I find the soft talking to be, it's harder for me to kind of, I guess, not focus on it and follow the story. Whereas when they're whispering, like, I can zone out and, you know, go down the weird rabbit holes of my brain. So, and I feel more like in control of where my thoughts end up going. Because my brain likes to, you know, do that thing where it does evil things like, hey, when we talked to our husband today, did it seem like something was up, or he was mad at you, or, you know, just evil shit like that. So then I overthink about that and stress myself out, and no matter how hard I try to stop, it just is like once you're on that train, you're getting to the next station. So I like whispering and typing. So far, one of my favorite artists is, I think it's called ALB in Slumberland. And, I just ran across this guy the other day. I think his name is like Tom Maloney. I'm probably way off. I'll probably insert a little thingy to tell you who I was actually talking about. But, he listened to some really weird ASMR things, like being kidnapped and stuff. And, I feel like he hit some nails on the head for what I see a lot of, and why I like ALB and Slumberland and stuff. Like, I feel like some of these people who do ASMR, like, I don't want to sound judgmental, but I'm going to, obviously, either way. I don't know. are super popular and have their own pops or whatever. But, it's just not my thing. If it's yours, more power to you. Each one of us is different, and that's why I'm here, to create more content, so that if this is the style that you like, that would be my one complaint about, like, even the ASMR artists that I like. Like, a lot of people would say, like, what's the difference if she does another paper tearing video or whatever? It's still paper tearing. But with my ADHD and stuff, like, I don't know, like, if I listen to the same one all the time, it's like too predictable, and it doesn't have the same, like, calming effect, because my brain instantly goes, "Oh, we're bored." Like, and then it just doesn't really have any effect. So I'm really just trying to hopefully create some more content for other people like me whose brain gets bored. Oh, we put our seatbelts on for the struggle bus, apparently. Alright. That's all I'm gonna do for tonight. I will be back very soon because we only have like a week until my son's birthday, so we've got more stuff to wrap. Also, I'll be back before you see another one of these videos, even if it means I have to hold on to the second video for a while. You'll see the other one of these videos after you see another paper sorting, tearing video. I want to thank you all again so much for your feedback and just positive comments. I feel like I have been smiling more than I have been in a long time, just because of all of the kind things you guys have said and just feeling like I'm connecting to other people. Please like and subscribe. I think I'm at 4 right now, so let's make it 5. That would be really exciting for me. 10, I would probably wet myself. So please keep coming back. Please let me know what you would like to see. I dressed up for this. I made myself festive-y, right? So give it a like. Thank you for once again existing with me. I hope you guys